I still remember the exact moment it started. The text that split my world in two without warning. My phone buzzed in the quiet of our bedroom. I didn't recognize the number, but the message was unmistakable. I can't believe you let this happen. Are you sure you're okay with it? I froze. My thumb hovered over the screen. My mind raced. What does this mean? Who is this? Mia, my wife, was humming in the kitchen, the sound of her laughter faint through the thin walls. I wanted to laugh, too, to tell myself I was overreacting. Maybe it was a joke. But a pit had formed in my stomach, and I couldn't shake it. A week earlier, Mia had suggested we open our marriage. At first, I thought it was a fantasy, a fleeting idea born from a midlife restlessness. I agreed half-heartedly, convinced our love was strong enough to survive curiosity. I told myself it was harmless, a test, maybe even a way to grow closer. But that message, anonymous and accusatory, whispered a different truth. I tried to ignore it, to convince myself I was being paranoid. But the signs piled up faster than I could process. A phone left face down, screens locked too quickly, excuses that felt rehearsed, missed calls that turned into sudden anger when I asked why she hadn't answered. At first, I blamed myself. Am I being controlling? Too needy? Too paranoid? Then came the discovery. I had asked to borrow her laptop for work and found a thread buried in her emails, a string of messages from someone named Ethan. Casual, flirtatious at first, then escalating. Lunches, late-night texts, secret meetups. The images were there too. Photos of her laughing with someone else. Photos that were supposed to be private, meant for my eyes only. I didn't confront her immediately. I sat in our living room for hours, staring at the screen, replaying our memories. Every dinner, every kiss, every whispered, "I love you," suddenly felt like a lie. My hands shook. I wanted to scream, to throw something, but I was too hollow inside. When I finally spoke, my voice barely carried over quiet. "Mia, why?" She didn't look surprised. She looked tired. We sat across from each other at the kitchen table, the light from the window slanting across her face. "I told you I wanted this," she said softly, almost mournfully. "You said it was okay." "But not like this." I whispered, my throat tight. "I didn't say you could destroy us." She flinched, like my words had struck deeper than I intended. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she admitted. I thought it would be fine. I thought we could control it. But feelings, they get messy. And they had. My mind replayed everything with excruciating clarity. The way she leaned into someone else's arms. The whispered messages that weren't meant for me. The stolen glances. And yet, somewhere beneath the anger and heartbreak, there was a strange clarity. I realized this wasn't about control or blame. It was about truth. She had followed her heart, selfishly maybe, but truthfully, and I had opened the door. The next few days were a blur. We tried to talk, to untangle ourselves from the mess we had made. But every conversation circled back to betrayal, to disappointment, to the shattered trust we had built over 10 years. Friends took sides quietly. Families offered advice I didn't ask for. And all the while, I carried this strange, quiet rage at her, at myself, at the idea that love could be so fragile. In the end, I made the choice that would define the rest of my life. I left, not in anger, not in spite, but in self-preservation. I packed a bag, walked out into the cold morning air, and didn't look back. The house, our life, our shared history, all of it was left behind. And yet, somehow, I felt free. I don't hate her. I don't even resent her anymore. I mourn what we had, but I also learned something I never thought I would. Love doesn't always save you. Sometimes it exposes you. Sometimes it shows you who you truly are, who you're willing to fight for, and who you have to let go. I still think of Mia sometimes, of the laughter that used to fill our apartment, of the way she smelled after a rainstorm, of the way we used to hold each other in the dark. Those memories sting, but they don't control me anymore. I survived, and in surviving, I found a quiet strength I didn't know existed. Opening our marriage had destroyed everything we had, but it didn't destroy me. I walked away whole, bruised but unbroken, and with a hard-earned understanding of who I am and what I deserve. Some doors once opened can never be closed. But sometimes, leaving them behind is the only way to find yourself again.